سماحة العلامة شيخ الإسلام الله شكر زاده. السلام عليكم. I prepared a written piece, but I'm not going to read it. I just make some remarks if you allow me to. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have to confess that there is a problem within Islam and there is a problem with Islam. The British sociologist Huxley says a right definition of any problem is half the way to solve it. So how do we describe the problem we are facing within Islam and globally today? There are 2 points I would like to underline. The first point is the interpretation of Islam. Let me here be precise to say that we have the holy text, the Quran Kareem, and we have the interpretation of the text. The holy text, because it is revealed from God, is sacred, is absolute, and is permanent. But the interpretation of the text is human, and anything human is open to be right or wrong. That's why the interpretation is not sacred, is changeable, and is relative. Now, the problem within Islam is that we have, not we is generalization too much, but some of us, Muslim scholars, consider the interpretation as sacred as the text itself. And the interpretation was according to certain circumstances to deal with unusual circumstances during the Crusades or before during the Tatars invasion or whatever. So the interpretation was looking into certain conditions. Now, in the 21st century, it's not logical to follow the interpretation of the Middle Ages and before. So we have to be open to new interpretation to the same holy text. We don't call for any change in the holy text, but we call for rereading the text and to interpret it accordingly. Now, this is a problem within Islam, and we have to recognize it and to deal with it. Now, the other problem, Christianity used to consider, to look at Islam as a satanic religion, and that Muhammad misguided his people to hell. But now, since the Vatican II and Nostra Aetate in 1965, there is a new interpretation for Christianity towards Islam. And Christianity says that Muslims are believers in God, and any dispute with Muslims is a dispute with the concept of believing God. So we have a new openness, and this is not part of Islamic culture, not even of Christian general education. So we have to deal with these new issues in order to overcome the difficulties we are facing. So let me give an example for Christianity and Islam in particular. When we speak about Christianity, we speak about Jesus Christ, about the Bible, about Mary, about the church, about the believers. Now, in Islam, Yes, Islam does not say that Jesus Christ is a God, he is a prophet, but Islam says that Jesus Christ is a spirit from God. And this description, a spirit from God, is unique to Jesus Christ. No other prophet has been described in the Quran as a spirit from God, only Jesus. And Mary, this is just to make it short, Mary is described in the Holy Quran as the most preferred lady for God until the end of time. The Bible, and this is not a point of view, it is a text in the Quran. The Bible says, the Quran says about the Bible, there is guidance and light in the Bible. And let the people of the Bible follow what God revealed in the Bible. So when we went to Sudan to convince them before the break of the Sudan into two countries, not to impose Islamic law on non-Muslims, we told them that the Quranic text says that the people of the Bible follow what God revealed in the Bible, not in the Quran. How you impose the Quranic teachings on the others. This is wrong from the beginning. So it's also about the church. The church, the Quran says, it is a house of God. House of God, like a mosque or any other place for praying for God. Speaks about the clergy, the people of the church. They are highly praised in the Quran, in name, because as the Quran says, فيهم لتجدن أقربهم مودة للذين آمنوا الذين قالوا إنا نصارى ذلك بأن منهم قسيسين ورهبانا, clergy and monks in name are praised in the Quran. So, and the people, the believers, are nearest to us as believers. And I would like to finish just by saying that Islam is not what Prophet Muhammad, peace be on him, what Prophet Muhammad came with. Islam starts with Abraham and finishes with Muhammad. Muhammad is not the first Muslim. Muhammad is the last prophet in Islam. And all these messages from Abraham to Muhammad is Islam. Thank you.